What's going on, folks? It's Javon Moore with fi360 News here for the fi360 UCLA USC Football Recap Week 6. The Bruins had a bye week, so they got a chance to rest up and get ready to go on the road to face those Arizona Wildcats up there in Tucson, Arizona. Now, one thing that we know for sure, Khalil Tate, they better put him on their board, because he just came out to be the Pac-12 Player of the Week for the offense. 4 touchdowns, 327 yards, 11 of 12 passing for 149 yards. That's a bad man, dual-threaded quarterback. But let's go across the street to USC and talk about those USC Trojans. They faced off against Oregon State. Now, one thing that Coach said in his press conference is he wanted to start out fast. Now, winning 38-10, they did just that, scoring 14 points in the first quarter. Let's go to the press conference and hear a little bit from Clay Helton.
Thought we started fast offensively, coming out with two early scores, and then kind of lost flow for a little bit. Got it back. We're coming right out of the gate again in the second half, and really only got the ball 2 times in the third quarter, both inside the 10-yard line, and scored on one of them. And then the final thing I saw was just the ability, and I told the kids in there, the ability to play a lot of younger players in this game, I think is really going to benefit us for the future. I look at 13 different receivers catching the ball in this game.
Well, folks, you heard it from Clay Helton. They did some great things in this game, got a chance to put in some young players and get some work. 13 different receivers Sam Darnold was able to hit when he threw for over 316 yards. One of those big-time receivers, as always, was Deontay Burnett, catching a nice touchdown in the second quarter. He only had 2 catches in the game, but he wasn't needed to do everything. That's what they had the other 12 receivers to do this time. Of course, they did go ahead and utilize that running game again. Ronald Jones, III, went ahead and scampered off to the right side after getting a little quick pitch from Sam Darnold to score one of the touchdowns in the first quarter. All the way around, Oregon State had plenty of opportunities, but for whatever reason, they just couldn't capitalize. And that may have cost Gary Anderson his job, because he definitely resigned today, unfortunately for them Oregon State Beavers. But back to USC. This was a great game for them coming off of last week's loss up there in the Palouse. They got a chance to get some young players in, and it's going to help them out going down the stretch in the Pac-12 as they continue to compete for the Pac-12 South, right, to go ahead and face off in the championship. So let's look at the Pac-12 as a whole. Right now, the Pac-12 in the North is the biggest conference leading things off. Washington is still undefeated at 6-0, 3-0 in conference, followed by Washington State being 6-0, 3-0 in conference, and then Stanford at 4-2 being 3-1 in conference. It's a top-heavy, man. The North is definitely top-heavy with Washington State, and Stanford battling out. Now, when you drop down to the South, it's been a little less competitive. It's a big game this week for SC, getting a chance to face Utah on Friday night. Actually, Saturday night, at 5:30. USC right now is 5-1 overall, 3-1 in the conference. And then you have Utah, who just took a tough loss to Stanford, 23-20. So they're 1-1 in the conference, and everybody else after that is 1-1 till you get down to Colorado being 0-3. The South is, you know what? Everybody's trying to catch up to USC, being 2 games behind. Of course, they've only played 2 games, and SC has played 4, so it's a little bit early to try to see how the Pac-12 South is going to shake up, or shaping up, as you would say. But USC is looking good right now, having that 2-game lead and being 3-1. In the Pac-12 South. This is going to be some great football the next 4 weeks. Let's tune in. This is Javon Moore with fi360 News. Make it a great one, folks.